Hi, welcome to OMAT. We're going to get started. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. That's by Mark Twain. And I think getting started is sometimes, or maybe always, the hardest part. You're at the beginning, so it feels like there's an endless amount of work, and that's so uncomfortable. It's so uncertain that sometimes I just freeze right in that starting point. But I did manage to pick up some tools. I do want to share some of them with you right now. These are the things that help me get started. And once I start, that's really one of the biggest challenges. So, one of the things, of course, is making it the smallest task that it could be. That overwhelm, looking at everything on my plate, too much. What's the smallest thing? I'm not cleaning my home. I'm cleaning the corner of this room, or maybe I'm just putting away one thing. What's another way is confess. I call someone and I say, I am not getting started. I'm not doing this thing that I want and need to do. And maybe I stay on the phone as I get started. And the third one is cry. Cry, roll your eyes, do whatever, feel the feelings, but maybe do the task anyway. I mean, sometimes crying is something that I have to take into account. Maybe I do need a break and I do have to assess that. But sometimes I can't let that emotion carry through my whole day and make the decisions of what actions I take. Everything that we've done that we're very proud of ourselves took getting started and overcoming a challenge. So let's get started. Let's get into the practice, into what we're doing now. Let's get present. How do you get present? Why would you get present? You know, your body can be here and your mind can be somewhere else. And then what are you getting out of life? You're traveling in time all day. Let's be here. This is what we're doing right now. Let's get started. First, with our gratitude. We're looking to notice some things. Notice one or two pieces of gratitude that we can just say in our mind on a piece of paper, thank you. And we know the hardest part is getting started. So let's just look for one thing to be grateful for. If it takes us the entire minute, that's fine. That's getting started. Let's look for one or more things to be grateful for right now. Let's wrap for now. Find the water. If you found that you struggled through that first exercise, that's great. Look how you spent a minute struggling through something to warm up that muscle. Let's do it again. Let's interrupt our thoughts. Maybe you can take a break from the thought that you've been thinking for 24, 48 years. Maybe you can give yourself a moment for now. Let's start. Let's try sitting in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed. Breathe. As we come back, let's find some water. And if you had trouble stopping a certain thought, it just kept coming back, then what a great minute of resilience. I kept stopping that thought and trying to think of my breath, stopping that thought and maybe relaxing. And that whole time I'm practicing starting and sticking with it, starting again, sticking with it again. Let's keep going. Let's go into some writing. What could you possibly write about today? Especially if you're writing every day. It's all right. Repeat your thoughts, repeat your words. It's okay. Find new ones, make up some. It doesn't matter what you write. We're practicing the act of starting to write. Let's see what comes out. Let's wrap for now. Practice putting pens down. Have some water. And we're going to practice moving away from a thought. Maybe we started a thought. Maybe we triggered ourselves with what we wrote down. Let's see if we can walk away from the trigger, move away from it. Stand if you can stand. We are going to do a sun salutation. Move as slow as you can. The slower you move, the less likely you are to hurt yourself. Your body will say, stop there. That's as far as we can go. Let's inhale the arms up. Nice deep inhale, reach up, look up, relax your neck muscle, and fold forward. Hanging over your feet, you can now relax your neck muscle more by shaking your head, no or yes. And when you're ready, halfway lift with a flat back, look up. And let's switch into a high plank. Plant your palms down where they are, step your feet back. Once you're there, lower your body all the way down to the ground. And when the front of your body's on the ground, push your palms. Your chest comes up, your head comes up. Look up. And let's meet in a down dog, which is an upside down V with your body. Your heels are getting as close to or on the ground if you can. You're gazing at your thighs here. And walk forward towards your hands before you start rolling up, rising up, meeting the palms above the head. Exhaling them down to the center of your chest. Maybe taking a breath here, holding it, maybe holding another pose, having some water. Noticing what your body thought of that, what your mind said to you while you were doing it, or just moving on. Practicing going, I did that. I don't have to find 50 lessons from it. The lesson is let's keep going. Let's get into that plank mind. Experiment. What does that look like for you? How do you get yourself, because you're the only one who can convince yourself, how do you get yourself to start this? What do you say to yourself? What position do you put yourself in physically? Let's go in 3, 2, 1, up in plank. This is what your body and mind responds to. This is what your body and mind says, I'm going to do. That's 10 seconds. What I mean is, you said you were going to do the plank, and this is your current response to that. How does that feel? And that is 20 seconds in. If it feels challenging because you have been up in this plank for this whole time, pay attention to how strong you are. When your mind and body works together, let's see what happens for 30 more seconds. Now, if you are sitting there, and if you could do it modified or otherwise, get up and do it. For 20 more seconds, it will count. Those who are in the plank, they know it's counting all the way for every moment of it. But we are finding that strength for 10 more seconds. Practice, experiment with what you need for yourself to stay up in the plank for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. That's what it looks like for now. Come down off your plank, maybe stretch your way back by doing a couple of the poses from the sun salutation, or just find your water, find a nice deep breath if you can catch your breath, and find some of that, oh, I did it. That's what that feels like. I think it's worth it. I think I can move on into breaking some procrastination. Now, here's where getting started is a quote big deal. What can I possibly get started? And this is the practice here. What can you do for the smallest amount of time that you usually poo-poo away, say it's too big, too small? Let's practice taking action by doing the smallest task right now. Let's wrap for now. Find the water. Find a way to be satisfied with what you just did. That was the decision you made. We cannot go back in time, so let's move forward. Just for that reason, no matter how it went, let's keep moving in the direction that we're moving forward here into our connection minute. Now, if you can get in touch with a friend, amazing. You are lucky enough to get in touch with a friend. If you find that you don't have friends, here we could still connect. Look for a local book club, a bridge club. It doesn't have to start with the letter B, but look for your interest and for people who have like-minded interests. And here's a chance to connect. Let's look for some kind of connection by warming up that muscle right now. Let's wrap for now. Find the water. Find that maybe we feel a little awkward after certain exercises. That's fine. Let's move on into shaking it off, dancing it off, running in place it off, whatever it is. Let's take on an action. Move whatever you could move in 3, 2, 1. Exercise. This isn't a choice. Exercise is like eating. So let's take advantage of the time that we set aside and move. That's 10 seconds in. If you have not started, start in the smallest way. Don't move all of your muscles. Pick a muscle and move that. That's 20 seconds in. This is getting challenging. Will you feel proud of yourself if you stop or if you keep going? Can you keep going for 30 seconds? What can you find in you to conjure up, to generate, to keep you motivated? Your own mind talking to yourself for 20 seconds with what you need. Experiment. Do you need the pain in your face? Keep the pain in your face. Do you need to grunt? Go ahead and grunt for 10 seconds. Take what you need from your body. Work it out. body and mind for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. That's what those exercises look like for now, for today. Thank you for starting. Thank you for taking OMAT today.